Let's go guys.
Okay, so
Game pertama
we
ya.
definitely do want to
Antara
go
Onic
back to
melawan
the basics
ALPHA7.
again and really dive in onto mid lane control. Once again, it's all about the mid lane control. And
Kiwoy pakai Kalea.
I would say at least with the Cho, with the Jikundo, you still have got pretty good wave clear. I think that trap still does reasonable amount of damage over to the main, or rather the range.
Right now we can see Kiboy taking a bit of damage, but it looks like he's able to pair up his first skill twice, so he can get that heal. Onic, they're actually winning out this mid lane, because looking at Syndra is the one that has very low HP here, and then Syndra dies! Oh, this is a late game hero getting first blood? That's so bad, even Sans is not Sans anymore.
But in the meantime, right down over to the Lord's Pit, we've already seen one person down, and that is King Zilla. At Salt into the Wound, not only you lost the mage, which is supposed to pop off in the early stages, you also lose your jungler, which is supposed to hit level 4 as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, right now we're gonna look at the setup here for the emblems, and looks like everything is all well and good. We are seeing a emergence of pull yourself together ever since the changes, where once you get the assist, then the cooldown of your battle spell will get much lower. So looks like this is the favorite setup for a lot of professional teams, at least on this point of time.
I mean, it does enable you, especially when it comes down to Flicker, right? It enables a lot of aggression or defensive capabilities. This is a jack of all trades of battle spell. You can really use that to massive amount of degrees, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of players, you guys would agree to that. So at least try that out in your ranked games, and you'll be like, hey, wait, as a Cho, I can actually flicker a lot more often, find a lot more opportunities to actually give my team a kill now.
Wah, tipis bro.
Oh, Van Gwyn taking quite a lot of damage on Sans, and now Zamfero looks like nowhere for him to go. Is gonna get taken down by King Zilla. And at this point, sure, ALPHA7 got a kill, but they're trading a turtle for it. So I'm not too sure. Onic, even in the early stages of the game, they're really big.
Yeah, I mean, especially since they have already gotten like the mid lane kill as well as the jungler kill right off the bat. I think that this is not a situation that we've seen very often. And normally when it comes down to some of these early game heroes and early game roles being taken down this easily and this early, you naturally would just kind of think, okay, look, early game's over. Our early game's done. Let's look at our mid game. How do we kind of bounce back from this?
Right now, looking at Onic, 3 minutes in, already 1,000 gold lead ahead, and again, they're the team that is. Oh, hold on! Going on to King Zilla. It looks like he's gonna get taken down so fast.
Yep, quite a bit of a suplex. King Zilla going down second time in a row. Definitely not great records for his books, but especially since the turtle will be coming out in about 60 seconds, he will be down for a lot of EXP, right? Kyrie is already at level 7. I think it's relatively fair to say that there should be about 2 level deficit by the time that the turtle eventually pops out.
And looking at the situation here, I would like to believe it does seem like Onic, they're trying to enable Kyrie, especially looking at Severo not having the best time in lane going up against Gusta Lagusta. So I want to see more of Keyboy actually enabling Kyrie. With that being said, honestly, Sans is doing so good in mid. He's practically 1v2ing every single time I see someone ganking his lane. It just gives him free stacks.
Yeah, and not only that, it is the gank in the middle lane, so that is also resources that has been taken out from ALPHA7 Esports roster. So definitely, we're starting to see a lot of gaps in the armors of ALPHA7. Got it tough to play. So at this point in time, I'll say that the skill shots coming in from Selena will need to come in clutch in order for them to find these kind of massive openings and kind of flip that switch from Onic ID.
Yeah, for sure. Onic right now definitely has, like, in my eyes, they can still make mistakes here, because Gusta Lagusta is still 0-0-1. I would say he can actually turn the game around. It's just that in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking of Sans. Like, even if everyone else fails, you know, as a Sicilian, as long as you just make sure you don't get hit, you should be fine. And then you can eventually 1v5. Not easy going up against a Hilda, but it's definitely still possible, especially once Sans has a Divine Glaive. Once the Divine Glaive is picked up, it's pretty much GG at that point.
Yeah, he's got a great start, but in the meantime, there we go. It's going to be the Tsunami Slam. It's just going to be taking down onto Takashi. While in the meantime, Ryota just going to be cutting the lanes, or rather cutting the fight a little bit in between, making sure that Vanguard just doesn't have a proper way to fall back to the rest of ALPHA7 Esports. But in the meantime, Ryota actually was just putting himself right in the face of Augusta Lagusta. I thought that might be a bit of an overstaying his welcome, but at least he's still going to be okay and not dead.
I like the way that Keyboy didn't hesitate and use his Tsunami Slam to get Takashi closer to Zavero so that Zavero can get an easy kill. This helps Zavero increase his farm to match up against Gusta Lagusta and maybe even get a lead. And while all that was happening, this is not good for ALPHA7 Esports. What just happened was that Kyrie 1v1 against Kingzilla. When Kingzilla was taking his buff, he just came in, grabbed the kill. I'm not so sure if he got the buff as well, but this is not good. Hanzo is not supposed to win a 1v1, but still, you don't want to see that happening.
And I think that is also not the first time. In fact, second time that Kingzilla has lost his buff, if the buff was actually lost again. So ALPHA7, they haven't really putting a lot of priorities in their jungle. As you can see, Kingzilla is all the way up to the northern side, while the rest of the teams from ALPHA7 is all the way down to the south side. It's fair to say that, yes, if you're trying to go for a little bit of split push and using your jungler to kind of watch out your own jungle without being too committal, I can see where that is coming from. But you gotta have to really get dividends, such as that turret there. So at least that's something.
Yeah, and now we're starting to see the weakness of a Selena. We saw how much damage they were able to push against the mid lane turret, and it's because you can't clear the wave that fast. Hive doesn't clear that fast as well compared to a lot of other marksmen. So at this point, Onic, they just have to zone just a little bit, just enough for them not to be able to, and then they'll get some kind of chunk damage. And then at that point, Onic is just slowly scaling, where Sabero as well as Sans is going to be too hard to do.
Oh, Gusta going down to the Salmon Force, unfortunately dead within of his own sigil. And now the rest of the members from Onic just absolutely plowing through ALPHA7. This is kind of tough to watch.
Oh yeah, it's tough to watch if you don't like Kalea. I like Kalea, so this is amazing to watch. Because P-Boy 006, he's doing it well, and I really like this pairing of Kalea pairing up with the carry. This is like the old Kaja carry combo where catch, kill, where no matter who you are, low HP, high HP, tank, mage, marksman, assassin, doesn't matter. The damage will be there. This is what I like about an enabler like Kalea going up against a sure kill hero like the carry.
Yeah, both of us at least is on the same page. I love Kalea, and however that I want to see the Kalea play, being in the EXP or the roam, as long as you are able to get that working out, especially since I love the kit of Kalea, I want someone to work great. And especially since the first series of today already shown us just what Kalea is capable of in enabling the rest of the team and the main damage dealers. That's all gonna be great to watch. ALPHA7 though, they are at such a deficit right now. 7,700 gold deficit at 9 minutes into the game. Definitely a lot tougher for them to work with, and especially since previously you did mention about that wave clear component. The only one that can positively wave clear well enough is really the Hanzo. I wouldn't even say that in the mid stages of the game, this Cho can even do anything when it comes to the Jikundo. Especially since as a Cho, you don't want to be using a Jikundo for waves, because the moment you use that, that's 7 seconds off and you're unable to engage against anyone at all.
By the way, you said you want to see someone work out Kalea well tonight. Pause. Pretty sure that's not what you meant, but yeah. Now we're seeing the siege here going into the mid lane. Onic Esports, they're pulling in someone in, and Takashi just disappears.
Yeah, massive suplex, but in the meantime, that is going to be Kingzilla, hoping that he'll be able to jump all the way to the back lines and getting a kill down on Sabero, but that's not going to work out at all. With the middle lane inhibitor turret taken down, top lane inhibitor is going to be the one that is next onto the chopping block. ALPHA7 have no choice but to clear out this ballista minion and wait for the imminent doom that is marching in the middle lane.
It's crazy to think the Lord isn't even here. And it looks like Onic, they want to end this before the Lord even comes. Keyboy engages, finds one, gets Takashi down. No, Bang went down, and now the base is exposed.
Yeah, the Winter Dragon did not even connect before the Tsunami Slam even happened, and now King Zilla was hoping to go all the way to the back line, dealing a decent amount of damage on the Severo. Lower than 50% HP. Kusala Gusta next on the chopping block, while Onic pushes the rest of ALPHA7 Esports away, while they hammer down onto the clinking core.
Onic Esports very cleanly taking down ALPHA7, and I think this game was over when the